Hey, everybody, welcome back to another edition of the eFed Podcast interview series. Today, we're joined by Shawn. Shawn has handled Lil Petey, Jacob Steele, Maddox Ayres. He's also the Fedhead behind Project Honor. We're going to talk to him about all that and so much more. Shawn, welcome to the show, buddy. Glad to have you on.
Hey man, I'm glad to be here. It's been a long time coming.
Yes, as we were just talking about. Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
We're both having a little drinky poo and then going to do a little interview in the
Yes,
process. There you
sir,
go. For
ski.
those of you on video, they can see the
Cheers,
video.
baby.
Well, Shawn, let's jump right into it, buddy. When did you become a wrestling fan?
Man, you know, my dad, when I was born, actually named me after a wrestler, and I want you to take a guess by the first name of Shawn, who I was named after.
Spelled Shawn. That's going to be Shawn Michaels.
You're right. So just right out the jump, my dad had me sitting in his lap watching wrestling. And the older I got, the more I just stopped watching it.
Of course, yeah. Anything your dad wants you to do, you're going to be like, no, I'm good.
Exactly, yeah.
So you watched it a little bit less, but so he forced it on you when you were young. Do you remember any of that, or did you become a fan later?
I remember watching like that big DVD collection of the WWE Championship and like the Kurt Angle matches, the Brock Lesnar matches, the Shawn Michaels, Chris, just like all of like the old school stuff. Uh, I mean, I can't even go through the names anymore because it's been forever. But I mean, honestly, I stopped watching like maybe 2012.
Oh, wow.
I've watched like a little bits and pieces here and there, but yeah, it's been a while.
Well, hit us with who's your favorite wrestlers of all time.
Oh, gonna put me on the spot. I knew this was
Not
coming.
like, well, yeah, we got to do the Mount Rushmore. So
Gotta do it.
if it's not Shawn Michaels, then who is it?
I'd have to say Rey Mysterio, number one.
Oh.
I always like the underdog type, and he's definitely been that pretty much all of his career. Got Randy Orton, of course. We got the legend killer vibes.
That was great stuff. That was his best gimmick when he was running through people, Mick Foley, Ric
Yeah,
Flair, and everybody else in between.
man, that was good stuff. Everyone hated him, but I'm like, yeah, dude, let's go. Kill him.
Take Jake the Snake
Um,
out once and for all. Yeah.
yeah. And then you got Edge. I mean, you
Okay.
can't deny it. Edge is awesome. And then the last one's tough, man, because there's so many good wrestlers. I haven't watched in forever, but I'm just gonna have to say The Rock. The
Well,
Rock is
it's untouchable.
electric, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a pretty good list, and I like it asking this question because everybody's got their own unique picks. I haven't heard Rey Mysterio in a while. Barely anyone brings up Randy Orton, and he's got 15, 20 years of good work. So
Right, yeah.
it's awesome. So, well, let's talk about e-wrestling. If you fell out of wrestling, how did you find e-wrestling?
Um, Funny story actually. Um, I had a friend back in high school. We actually were talking about, I think we were talking about wrestling one day, and he just brought up e-feds. And, I had expressed my interest in like writing and wrestling and stuff, but never once had I ever heard of e-feds. But then
Marrying
again,
the two, yeah.
I was also like 15. So,
Yeah.
um, and it was Slammer Championship Wrestling. It was like old school. Like I don't even think we had to do promos. Like that's how old school it was.
Wow.
It was just like they rolled a dice and whoever won. I can't remember exactly.
Dice feds, yeah, for sure.
But it brought me into it, and it was such a cool world because it feels real because you're portraying this character, but then it's also like an escape from reality at the same time. So it was like the best of both worlds. And I mean, here we are, what, 11, 12, 13 years later, still going.
Going strong at that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you find e-wrestling, Slammer Championship Wrestling. So I
Yep.
assume this is a jail-based e-wrestling event?
No, it was just
Oh, like Body Slammer.
body, yeah, Slammer Championship
Gotcha.
Wrestling. Doesn't get
Okay,
more
so you get
original.
in and you check out a dice fed. Where do you move on from? Or let's talk about your first character. Um, when you first come into e-wrestling, who do you create and how bad was it?
You know what's funny is I'm pretty sure that my first character was just my first name. I'm pretty sure I just
That's
showed up as Shawn.
that happens all the time, more than you know. Yeah.
And then I actually used to be in a rock band with some family members, and my nickname was the Kid because I was so young. Like I was 15, 16 in a rock band, like playing music at bars and stuff. So everyone was like, the Kid. And so my very next character I named the Kid.
I love it. Yeah. You're pulling from real life, whether it be your first name or your nickname.
It's
You're,
funny, and I'm sure we'll get into this, but there's so many things that we pull from our real life into eFeds, and we may not even know it. Like it just
yeah,
happens. So
it's crazy. Yeah, whether it be things we're going through or things we've been through, or
yeah,
just stuff we've seen on television or whatever, trying to recreate.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
you, I assume the Kid didn't really catch fire.
It did not actually. Man, that's back when I was posting like 3 sentence promos.
Yeah. The Kid comes to the ring. He grabs the mic. I'm going to beat you on Sunday. He heads to the back.
I can almost promise you that if I went back and found a promo like that, it almost said exactly that word for word.
Yeah, it's
It's like you
amazing.
went and did your research.
It's like that. I've been there. Yeah, every
Exactly.
EFED
Yeah.
ever in the '90s was like that, or the
Literally.
early thousands. Yeah. So you join your first promo Fed, or I guess you're
Mhm.
writing promos for these Feds, and after the Kid doesn't catch, what's the character that finally does?
Jacob Steele. That's where it
Jacob
all
Steele.
began.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't remember my first pick base, but Jacob Steele was the next evolution, and that was at New Age Wrestling Federation. They called
Okay.
it NWF, and I want to say it might have been like the Miz or something. Um, I
Young
don't know.
Miz.
Yeah. Gosh, maybe Evan Bourne or something. But yeah, Jacob Steele.
There you go. And the character you portrayed for quite a long time.
Yeah, I think I was, and don't get me wrong, I haven't been doing this like 11 years straight. There's been like bits and pieces where,
Sure.
I've left for a little bit and come back or whatever, but I'd have to say until probably about 2 to 3 years ago, Jacob Steele's been off and on.
There you go. So
Yeah.
roughly over what 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
That's a pretty strong run. So
Yeah.
you create Jacob. You're in New Age Wrestling Federation.
Yep.
So how does he do there, and how do you? Is this a role play fed finally, or is it
It is,
a?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in this role play fed, and you're writing promos with Jacob Steele. How does he come together as a complete character for you?
Um, I think once I finally hit my stride, I went through a few pick bases, as I'm sure we all did.
Hmm.
We went through a few to find the one, and I finally landed on Randy Orton, and it was my sadistic heel gimmick. My eyes would change red when I'm pissed off, and it just all that weird stuff back then. And, I think that was really when I hit my stride because that's when I won my first championship, the NWF No Limit Championship, and it just really just kept going from there.
And how long were you in the NWF?
Uh, I don't know exactly how long, but at least a couple years,
Yeah. So it
off and
was a
on, of
long term
course.
fed.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, the NWF was open for at least half a decade, maybe.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly.
A
I'm
damn
sure
good run.
that's I'm sure that someone listening to this will probably correct me, but
That's yeah. Typically, that's what happens. So,
yeah.
so NWF, you were there for that many years. How many other titles did you win? Did you get to the top of the mountain? Did Jacob Steele reach the world championship?
Unfortunately back then I was a pretty immature teenager. Um, I got into some trouble, said some stuff I shouldn't have, and
No,
yeah,
not knee wrestling.
yeah, any wrestling, and you know, because I ended up like leaving, coming back, and all that stuff back then, I never really like went further up there. So that No Limit Championship was like all I had. But if I remember correctly, it was like a 93-day run, and it was one of the longest, I'm pretty sure, over there. So, oh wait, no, I'm sorry, wrong title. We'll get into that title in a minute.
Well, okay, so Jacob Steele has a great run at New Age Wrestling Federation, and when you leave there, well, what makes you leave?
Actually, I cannot remember. I don't know if it was the Fed closing or if I defected to another Fed, because back then, in the circle of Feds I was in, you could only be in one Fed.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't that Fed, then you were fired, like, or you just couldn't show up or whatever.
Yeah.
So I can't remember if the Fed closed and I moved over or if I just moved over, but I ended up going into a Fed that I will actually not talk about today. Let's just say they're redacted.
All right. Well, we can move past the redacted Fed if you want to.
Man, there's so many Feds in between. Well, I'll do my best though.
Well, no, hit the high points for Jacob Steele up until you change characters.
Well, there was a couple Feds, notable ones at least. EWE, which was Elite Wrestling Entertainment, I believe.
Okay.
I won a title there. I can't remember the name of it. That was a really good Fed, good people ran that Fed. I don't think it really lasted that long though. And actually, you know what? I can just bring up my character sheet, and this will probably help a little bit more.
Give you a little reference.
And I guess I can go ahead and give a little information that I haven't really released yet, but this character might be making a comeback.
Oh, there you go. Fed podcast exclusive.
You've
seen the exclusive interview.
Exactly. Yeah. So let me see if I can bring this up. Yeah, I've been talking to someone and thinking about a comeback, so we'll see what happens. Jacob Steele, here we go. So in Slammer Championship Wrestling, I was a 3-time Extreme Champion. I joined a Fed called Sports Entertainment Extreme.
Sex.
Yep.
Sex Fed, yes.
Immediately.
Well, TNA had a stable name, the same thing.
Yeah. So I was a 2-time Extreme Champion then. I created a Fed called Extreme Mayhem Wrestling. And yes, I was the admin, and yes, I won a title. But
damn it to hell.
I know, right? In EWE, I won the Execution Championship. NWF, I was the No Limit Champion. Sex, I actually became world champion there.
The world champion of sex.
Yep. Hey.
Hey, that's an achievement for every resume.
Exactly, right?
I tell my wife the same thing.
and this was all just with Jacob Steele. I mean, I've had a couple other characters that have done some stuff too, but that's Jacob Steele.
So Jacob Steele, very successful, long-term character, one that you rode all the way from basically your start up until, and he was in Project Honor at one point, right?
Yeah, I brought him in for a little bit, and I was trying out the good guy part of him. Like, he had been through all this shit and made him into the person who he was, and I couldn't hit that stride with him. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So if that gives you a hint on anything, if Jacob Steele comes back, you might know.
He's trying to hit that stride. So so Jacob Steele is now retired, or I guess he's going to come back, possibly, maybe.
Officially, he's retired right now. Yeah.
Officially retired. So who's the next character you bring into the mix? Is it Maddox?
No, the next was Jason Cage.
Okay.
But that was for a Fed that I won't talk about. But I will say that I won the Elite Championship there, and that's the one that I was champion for 90 days. Yeah.
days in the redacted Fed.
And the
So
redacted.
the World Redacted Championship Wrestling Federation. It's a long name. It's a long name. You need to tighten that up.
I'm pretty sure that we've all been in that type of Fed that it's redacted.
We all have those stories. So,
Exactly.
and you bring in this new character, and after redacted, where does he go?
You know, I don't really think I brought Jason anywhere else.
Okay, so he was exclusive.
I'm pretty sure he was exclusive to that Fed, yeah. I may have tried to bring him somewhere, but it was not notable enough for me to remember, at least.
Well, I understand that definitely. You create a character and they stick out in your head, but maybe they don't have that long of a run.
Right, yeah.
So what comes next then?
I believe next was Maddox Ayres, and Helico pick base, actually.
There you go. That's a good one.
It was also for redacted, but I used him in EWC. What is their name?
Extreme Wrestling Corporation.
Yes, that EWC.
Our good friend Mac as a Fedhead.
Yes, President Mac. I used him there for a little bit. That was when I was in between like coming back and like retirement and stuff, and just couldn't really get my feeling. But then I used Maddox in a Fed I had called Division Wrestling, which I'm sure a lot of people will probably remember because we had like this huge fight or whatever with 4CW, Four Corners Wrestling.
Oh, so
But
anytime there's drama involved, everybody's going to remember.
yes.
As opposed to actually the e-wrestling.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Unfortunately. But that was short-lived. Maddox was more of like my super face. Like I'm just here to tell you you're awesome and I'm gonna do my best to beat you, but let's go have some fun type of character.
It was fun to probably get out of that shell and write something different.
Yeah, because I went from writing a heel, a dark heel. I mean, we've all written dark heels and some more dark than others, but to me this was dark because it was like a dark time of my life. So I could just put that into it, you know what I mean? And
That's a
then
great.
once I was finally getting out of that darkness, that's when I made Maddox and became my face. Or
There you
became a
go.
face.
It's great when you can channel that negative stuff in your life into e-wrestling. It's not therapy, but it's almost therapy because you're writing it out and you're experiencing it through someone else.
You know, it's actually funny you say that because there's been times where, and I'm sure others can relate, that this feels therapeutic sometimes.
Yeah.
Whether it's through your promoing, whether it's through match writing, if there's any graphics makers, video makers, whatever. Sometimes it is therapeutic. You know, sometimes you can just turn on the music, just do what
zone
you
into your thing and forget the world.
And then you come back to the world and it's like different.
Yeah. It's easier. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, no, that's great stuff, and it's nice that people can do that. And I hear a lot of stories about that in the game, and it makes me love e-wrestling even more.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people think that this is just competitive wrestling. Like we're just here to beat heads in and talk shit and create drama and this and that. But really, man, we're just here to have fun.
Yeah,
like we're just here to write cool stories, meet cool people, and I can't tell you how many cool ass people I met doing this.
Yeah,
obviously it's some not so cool, but
you have both in the world.
I think the cool outweighs the bad. So
yeah, no, definitely. And
yeah,
I think at first when you first start playing the game, you look at it as, hey, I can write, I can do wrestling, I can be a wrestler, and I can win. And then as you get into it more and more, now it's I can make friends, I can connect with people on a real level, I can talk to people about my problems, so on and so forth. I mean, there's just so much to it.
Absolutely.
And now with e-wrestling and Discord and all these chats and communities, it's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, you got Discord, Twitter, Facebook Feds. I'm sure there's still some stuff out there like
Twitch and YouTube and everything else. Yeah, it's nuts.
And then now you got eFeder out there.
Yep.
So that's cool.
Yeah, there's virtual social media for e-wrestling. So
Exactly.
there's so much cool stuff out there, and it just keeps growing. And now that the technology is growing and making it easier for everybody, it's awesome.
Yeah,
Love it.
absolutely.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing a video interview like this.
Exactly, yeah.
So
And I'll be honest, it's the first time I've done anything like this. And already this is the longest I've talked about eFeds in real life. So,
other than like on a keyboard, right?
on a keyboard, yeah, like actually talking about it.
That's right. It's fun and it's
Yeah.
yeah, no. So let's talk about where you go from there. You're moving on to another character,
Yeah, I mean,
finally, Lil
I've had
Petey.
it. Oh yeah, there were several characters in between. Obviously, they didn't work out, but yeah, Lil Petey. And the funny thing is
Great on Twitter.
Lil Petey actually started out as just like a filler character. When Project Honor first started, I just wanted a character to bring in, have some fun stories. Like literally, I'm pretty sure I went like 9 to 10 or like 7 to 10 matches in a row where I just didn't win because and it's not because I suck. I mean, I suck, but don't get it's because I wanted to tell the story. I wanted to have fun with it. I wanted this SoundCloud rapper to come in to a wrestling business and just start learning it while still trying to become a rapper. You know
Of
what I
course,
mean?
yeah. Try to be famous on
So
the side.
exactly, yeah. And it started out that way, and then I fucking love Lil Petey. Dude, he's he's so simple. He's a failed SoundCloud rapper, and
Yep.
he is the greatest creation I've ever made.
My Mikey Unlikely's origin story is of the same type.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So
That's awesome.
it's so easy just to like just bury your character so deep before you even start to build them
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
And so finally it got to a point where I was like, man, I'm putting so much work into this character. I need this to be judged fairly. Let me win. Because before, and don't get me wrong, there were times where I like didn't show up on purpose or
Yeah.
stuff like that. But it came to a point where I was going against people like uh, who have I gone against? There's been so many now, like Mark Hunter, Ozymandias, Dickie Watson.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. Fedhead of PWE.
yeah, so many great people, so many great characters, and I was just like, you know what? Let me try and see how it goes. Granted, I'm pretty sure I lost to all of them because they're all damn good writers. But it was still the fun of it, where I knew that this was getting judged fairly, and I knew that I'd have to bring my best foot forward.
To even compete against them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm as you well know, I'm running a Fed now too, and I cannot imagine competing against my own writers.
Yeah, I actually checked on it once, and I haven't been able to since. I've seriously like left. I was in Omega Wrestling Alliance, and something else, and I had to leave them because I was noticing my attention to Project Honor was slowly
Oh,
fading,
that's for sure. Yeah, it's easy to
and
tell.
Project Honor comes first. I have to take care of this Fed. It's my
Well,
baby.
let's touch on Project Honor. How did you become a Fed head? Is this the first Fed you ever ran?
No, I have been a Fedhead a few times.
Okay.
Um,
Startups
started
or taking over?
all startups.
Okay.
Um, it started with Extreme Mayhem Wrestling, so XMW. And there's a joke going around with the circle of people that knew me back then, where I would leave and come back and leave and come back and leave and come back so much that I made like XMW like 69.0 or something like that. But after I finally got out of that, I actually got away from that circle of feds, and that was when I was first introduced to eFed Twitter, actually.
Okay.
And I came into making division wrestling. That went on for probably about a year. And then I had some pretty shitty stuff come up in real life and just couldn't do it. So I
Yeah.
left for a while, and I just kind of left. I just disappeared without saying anything. And that's shitty on me because, all these people work so hard to putting all their time, like writing, effort, all this stuff into like something you've created, and then you just disappear. So I
Yeah.
felt pretty shitty about that. And when I came back, that's when Project Honor started.
So yeah, you came back, you start Project Honor, and what's the what makes you want to start another Fed? What makes you want to be a Fedhead and do your own creation? So Project Honor, what's different about it from everything else?
Um, I came into this knowing it was my last run. This is it. If I end up closing Project Honor or having to step away, whatever, I'm probably not coming back. Just because I've put over a decade into this now, and if it just doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But
Yeah.
Project Honor, I mean, it's basically any type of Fed you can think of just brought into one. I mean, we got and don't get me wrong, it's still competitive, but we got our storylines, which we got like Denzel reporting on, so many people reporting on, so many people like saying they love and stuff. We have our hard hitting writers who are just here for fucking wins. Like they want to beat people into the ground. But then we also have those who just want to put people over. I mean, they're
Yeah.
just here to sit there and take the beating. So it's just we've brought together such a great community, and the purpose of this Fed is community. I mean, you I don't care how good your writing is, I don't care how good your graphics are. If you don't have a good community and you don't have a good board, admins, people who are running the day-to-day stuff, you're not gonna have a good Fed. I don't care what you say. I really don't. You can be open for 10 years and I'll still say you're not really doing well.
It definitely takes a village to run an eFed. It cannot be done alone. Anybody who takes that task on is crazy.
And that was the problem with Division. I had a couple good writers with me, but it was just a couple. And I couldn't be like every single like week or every bi-weekly, whatever. Like here, you're taking these amount of matches, I'll take these, whatever.
Yeah.
With Project Honor, we have a team of like 10 writers now, and it's growing. Like I just made a post in our Discord, I think yesterday, and we've already added 2 more writers just because we're growing.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
Healthy, obviously very healthy if you got that much stuff.
yeah, absolutely.
So Project Honor starts up and you're running the Fed. What, like I said, what sets you apart? Obviously, you took, like you said, you took things from other Feds that you've done and you enjoyed it, or you merged it all together. Um, but you've been running how long now?
We've been going over a year in September. We had our
Oh,
year anniversary in September.
there you go. Congratulations. That's a
Thank you.
huge milestone for an eFed,
Yeah.
especially these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, but Project Honor's been running for a year now, and already have you created? You said how you're growing, but have you created your own legends in Project Honor already?
You mean like,
People
what
who
do you mean?
started with you when you
Oh,
came back and you're maybe either hanging on or have been world champion X number of times or whatever the case.
you know, in eFeds, it's like a sales job. It's a always rotating door of people coming in and out.
Yep.
And we've we've had some amazing people, amazing writers. We've had some shitty people, but still also great writers. Um, the only person actually still with us from our opening is Myojin, and he is actually on our board.
There you go. Made the top 100
18-year-old
list
kid
last year.
who's yeah, 18-year-old kid who's absolutely killing it. The shining star, like his character is.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, it's great that you can hang on to people that long, and obviously it means a lot to you as a Fed head. Not only that he stayed, but it
Mm.
means that you're a pretty good Fed head that he stayed.
You know, You can literally ask every single person in my Fed. They'll call me lazy and and that I don't do anything and this and that. So, dude, without Robert and Chad, the GMs of Proving Ground and Fallout, man, I couldn't have done this. I really couldn't. Lulu, who ran Caden Young, Drago Santiago. She's been here since day one, helping me, and she actually just recently retired. But man, without those people, Project Honor would not have lasted more than like half a year. I'll be honest.
Well, yeah, like and it takes solid staff. Like if you had staff turnover all the time, it's impossible to keep a Fed running that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And Robert's been running Fallout ever since its creation. It's his baby. He made it. He made Fallout, and I handed over my proving ground to Chad, Indie Darling, for those who don't know him by his first name. But handed proving ground over to him not long after, just so that I can focus on like life and stuff. And plus, he was wanting to step into that type of role. And yeah, I mean, without them, we wouldn't be here. So I give them props, man.
Well, good. We'll hit everybody out there with a link on Project Honor, both on Twitter and online.
All right. So our website is projecthonor.proboards.com, and our Twitter is Project Honor 20 at Project Honor 20. Sorry.
At Project Honor 20 on Twitter, and a great Fed, a great community on Discord. I've been a part of it for some time now, and everybody's always been cool. Probably since the top 100 last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So about a year now. That's crazy to think. Since the beginning, I guess. No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude, it's actually funny. When we first opened, we had like 10 people or so. Like people were skeptical about joining, and then all of a sudden we're at like 20, and then
Yeah.
30, and then 40. And now we have 46, 47, close to 50 people, 2 brands, and we might be thinking about a third. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, there you go. A lot of spoilers on this show, guys.
Another exclusive.
Another exclusive.
Could be the alcohol talking.
Keep dropping them. Yeah, let's keep drinking, buddy. No. Makes for a good show. All right, well, talk about some of your roster now. Who's hitting on all cylinders at Project Honor today?
We got, and I promise you I know my roster, but I have to pull it up just because we do have some.
Yeah, you're on the spot and you're gonna pass over somebody you don't want to miss.
Exactly. There's just so many people, man. So many good people. The first people I can think of, man, Elena Dedraka, Jason Long, Ozymandias, Mark Hunter, Arata Asakura, Myosian, Emmanuel, Terra Phoenix. We got Savannah Sunshine, Havoc, Valkyrie. Valkyrie is killing it right now. She's actually now our most successful champion we've had. Like
Wow.
most defended.
Most defenses, yeah.
Yeah. Syndicate just won the legacy title from Elena, so he's killing it right now. And we just had some new people come in. Ellie Quinn, Remy Skyfire, Matt Knox is back. And dude, it's a great time to be in Project Honor. I'm not gonna lie to you.
There you go.
Of course, it's a biased statement, but
well, if you're, I'm sure you're still
Lil Petey, of course.
Lil Petey with a big drip. So, are you still accepting applications?
We are always accepting applications. We are not like celebrities.
Always accepting applications.
Always.
So check them out at projecthonor.proboards.com.
Yep, that is right.
And at Project Honor 20 on Twitter. What about how does a Fed run on a day-to-day basis? If I'm a handler and I'm looking to come into your Fed, am I expected to role play? How often? When are the shows? Hit us with the sales pitch.
Yeah, so Project Honor has two brands, Proving Ground and Fallout. Proving Ground is your more like technical wrestling, like your real wrestling type of brand. And then Fallout is your more ECW type vibe. You got
Okay.
like skulls bashing, like glass everywhere, blood everywhere, like it, and it's pretty crazy over there. Um, all of our shows are bi-weekly. There are no word limits except on specific titles, which I'll get into.
Okay.
Um, we do only have a 1 RP limit. Um, excuse me. The Warrior Rising title, which is on Proving Ground, has a 2K word limit. The Gatekeeper Championship, which is like an interbranded title, has a 1K limit. That's for like our new people, like coming in, just wanting to start guns blazing, but don't want to like, get in with the big dogs yet.
Sure. Yeah.
And then the Ascension title is also a 2K word limit. But everything else is just free, do what you want, as many words as you want. Um, you just got to follow the judging guideline.
And everything's over there in the rules and on the website.
Our code of honor.
Code of honor. Yes. Good. Good deal. Well, guys, check them out. You're looking for, and it's role play Fed, right?
We are, yeah, we are technically a role-play space Fed. We do have storylines that do not affect role plays for those who think we're hybrid. I promise you it is RP centric, but we have storylines based on whoever wins, whoever loses. Like we just have like different outcomes and stuff.
There you go. Yeah, you always have to have a backdoor for the booking.
Yeah, absolutely.
You never know what's going to happen. So,
Exactly.
role play Fed, and everything is bi-weekly. You said, right?
Bi-weekly, yeah.
So nice, easy schedule over a Project Honor.
We started out weekly, and a
Quickly
month
learned.
a month in, my
A month, yeah.
roster and our board were like, "What are you doing? You are an idiot."
Yeah.
So yeah, then we switched to biweekly and smooth sailing since.
It fits with real life. It really
Yes,
does.
it does.
Good. Well, all right, everybody, check out Project Honor again at Project Honor 20 on Twitter and projecthonor.proboards.com. I'll leave that open for Brian to hit another .com.
Yeah.
Also, check out Project Honor's T-shirt over at efedtees.com,
Oh, yeah.
ewtees.com.
Go ahead and flex it for him.
And
Look at that.
for those of you watching the video, I'm
He's
rocking one as we speak.
he's a better supporter than I am.
No, it's one of the cooler designs I think on the website. I love it, and I had to pick it up as soon as I saw it go up for sale. So,
Absolutely.
efedtees.
And shout out to Brian because he's actually the one that made that logo for us.
Yes, Brian, co-host of the show, producer, and graphic designer. Brian does everything. I just host it.
Yeah.
So shout out to Brian. Yes, I believe Project Honor won a contest we were doing.
Yep.
And we were giving away a free logo design, and we were going to put it on a T-shirt. And Project Honor was the recipient of said contest. So it was awesome. It was cool to team up with them, and I got to know everybody in the Fed during the process. So that was awesome too.
Absolutely, yeah. Good times.
All right, Shawn, are you ready for these fan questions?
Bring them on, man.
We're going to start on the Discord. Up first is Meg, common asker of questions on the show. Meg says, how does one succeed in Project Honor?
Sucking up to the admins. No, I'm just kidding.
Contact Shawn. No.
Yeah. No, honestly, just showing up. We reward consistency. Obviously, if you're a damn good writer, that's going to be easy for you. But if you're someone that's coming in, just trying to learn, or maybe you're not that good yet, but you're getting there. We have different spots for you.
That's been me for 20 years, Shawn.
It's been it's been me until I retire for good.
All right, cool.
But yeah, I mean, just coming in, staying consistent, asking questions. Asking questions is huge. if you lose a match, no one likes losing. We get that. Ask us why. Ask us for
Don't
feedback.
rage.
Do not rage quit. It'll get you nowhere. It makes you look bad. We're here for you. We're not here to make you lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're here to help you. So as long as you're asking questions, you're staying consistent, and you're showing up, that I mean, that should be what it is for any Fed.
absolutely. Participation is key anywhere you go.
Participation is key.
Did you expect Project Honor to become this big?
Um, I don't want to sound egotistical, but yes. I didn't expect it to become so big so fast. I will say that though. Um, I expected it to take some time, but I think after like a couple months, we were already talking about a second brand. So it was pretty fast happening. Um, and I won't trade it for anything.
And finally, from Meg, what's one thing you would say to an up and coming e-fedder besides join Project Honor?
Damn it, you should have let me say that. Join Project Honor. um, you know, I think a lot of newcomers like to beat themselves up too early. Um, if they lose a match or maybe they didn't win as big as they thought they were going to, or whatever the case may be, uh, I just have to say, relax. You're here to have fun. You're here to write. You're here to tell stories. Enjoy the game. Let us help you. Let
Yeah,
us guide you. We may not be the best writers. I may not have a PhD in English or whatever, in
yeah.
freaking grammar, whatever you want to call it.
I literally talked about that today.
And so I may not know that, but I know how to tell a good story, and so do the people we have. So just ask questions and just keep going. Don't beat yourself up.
Good deal. Good advice.
I'll
Thanks,
drink to
Meg.
that.
Yeah, let's have a
Thanks, Meg.
toast. Yes. Thanks, Meg. All right. Up next is MDG, Modern Day Gladiators. It's Warren. Check out Modern Day Gladiators on drivethrurpg.com.
Oh.
I imagine Mikey asked you to give your Mount Rushmore of wrestlers. I want your Mount Plushmore, the four wrestlers that made you turn the TV off.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing this one. It actually confused me for a second. I thought he was just asking me for my Mount Rushmore again.
No, we had a conversation recently in the EFED podcast Discord about our least favorites.
That is a good question, and I really wish I had taken time to look at that one. I've always hated Dolph Ziggler. I don't know
Dolph
why.
Ziggler, he's a channel changer for you.
Uh, he just bugs the crap out of me. um, Man, this is a good one.
I know a guy named Rob in our Discord who would agree with you 10,000% on that one.
The initial rise of Bobby Lashley was awesome. I don't like Bobby Lashley anymore.
Okay. Bobby Lashley and Dolph.
Brock
Brock
Lesnar, another
Lesnar.
initial
Starting to
awesome.
see a trend.
Yeah. Who do I want to be my last one?
Brock's my guy, though. I got to argue that one.
I don't know what it is. And no offense to my boy Mav, Jason Long, but something about Jay White just really makes me want to punch him in the face.
If your character starts losing, Mav, you know why.
No,
Change your pick.
his last pick base was a square head, so he's good now.
Okay, there you go. He's got some improvement there.
So yeah, that's my Plushmore.
I like it. Yeah, we got Dolph, Bobby Lashley, Brock, and you said Jay White.
Yeah.
Yes. From Darren Zion, what kind of chips do you like?
I like barbecue baked chips.
Love the baked lays.
Yeah,
So
those
good.
are so good. I mean, you can't go wrong with barbecue.
No, and it's 40% less fat.
Hey, you know me.
I know the gimmick. All right. Steve, aka Mark Hunter,
My boy.
wants to know Who is the most immature e-wrestler you have ever worked with?
Me. I'm just kidding. Immature. Yeah, he's gonna have some words for me later, but Matt Knox, man, we've been talking lately, and
The
we
Raven.
we patched some bad blood in the past, but he keeps posting pictures of peeled nuggets, and it's driving me insane. Peeled chicken nuggets.
Banish him. He's
It
gone to
just
Flushmore.
yeah, and I know he's doing it on purpose now.
I believe Matt Knox also made the top 100 last year, so shout out
Yeah,
to him.
yeah. I mean, good dude, good writer. You gotta stop with the peeled chicken nuggets, though, man.
Stop it. And I wanted to give a shout out earlier. I failed to mention after you mentioned the name. Tara Phoenix just did the charity cruise. Great,
Yes.
great event. Really cool idea. Loved that she went out, or the handler, he
Yep.
went out of their way to do that because I was approached and asked, "Hey, are you interested in doing something?" And I said, "Hey, I'll donate. I'll sponsor a match.
Yeah.
Let me get involved." And yeah, awesome. 3 nights, all those donations.
Very
Really, really
nice.
cool idea. I can't give any more praise or credit to the handler of Terra Phoenix. That was amazing.
Yeah. G. Graf, the handler of Terra Phoenix. I really wish I had joined, man. I really did, but I've had so much going on, and you can ask again. You can ask my Fed. I've been lazy lately. I'm so behind on graphics, but yeah, I've had so much going on. I wanted to at least submit a Lil Petey segment, but I couldn't even do that. But amazing event. Man, we're super proud of him. He brought the community together and did something awesome.
So
And
cool.
unfortunately, they had a death while on board.
Oh no,
Yeah. So
that's not what
well,
I.
we'll
Who
see
was
what
that?
happens. Drusilla White.
Oh no, Drusilla died.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there.
Okay, more to come. Spoiler
Yep.
alert.
R.I.P.
Very good. What about why is Mark Hunter better than Lil Petey?
Lil Petey owes Mark Hunter a beer. And I'm pretty sure if you look on his contract template, it actually says that. Mark Hunter actually saved Lil Petey from getting killed by Ozymandias in the Grand Championship match that he was in, and that is unfortunately why Mark Hunter is better than Lil Petey.
Nice. I like it. In
Great,
character.
great dude, great dude. He's an awesome guy.
Brad Becker wants to know handler or character?
What do you mean exactly? Or what do you think that means?
I have no idea. I hope you could decipher.
I am not sure. I'm gonna
Uh,
say character because Lil Petey's awesome.
you know what? I'm assuming it's why is Mark Hunter better than Lil Petey, and he's responding character or handler.
Oh, that could be it. Handler, dude's a chode. No, no, Steve's awesome. I prefer Steve to Mark Hunter for sure.
There you go. And what about? Oh, you mentioned character already. Mark Hunter is the better character. So,
Unfortunately.
Cat Passidy's up next. Joe, you're fired. What's the most creatively fulfilling aspect of the hobby for you?
That is such a great question. Um, I love seeing, and it's not even from me. It's actually my team. I love seeing when people from an outside point of view, people that are not in Project Honor, are retweeting our stuff, are sharing our stories, are responding to them. Like Denzel Porter, awesome dude, great reporter, uh, had so much good things to say about the Savannah Sunshine and Eric Holt storyline. And man, seeing stuff like that is just so amazing. Just because that's making an impact on eFeds because
Yeah.
you're telling these stories that are so good. And shout out to Robert. His I don't know what's going through his mind, but he's awesome. But telling these stories and for people to react to them, even though they're not in our fed and not really seeing like our day-to-day stuff, that's huge. And I love that.
Definitely.
And obviously graphics, because we are a graphics heavy eFed in Project Honor.
Before we started this call, he said, "Okay, I'm killing time by making some graphics." So there
That's
you have
true.
it.
I was getting some roster picks done.
Good question from Joe. Unfortunately, he's been fired from every eFed he's ever been in. So,
Well, you're welcome in Project Honor.
oh, come on, dude. Fire him too. No, that's the gimmick. All right. Let's see what we got on the old Twitter machine here.
Oh yes.
Got some good questions on Twitter from @sinking_faith. It's Osmodeus. Nope, it's Ozymandias.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry I slaughtered that one. If you've heard the show before, you know I'm terrible with Japanese names just as much. So, can you still get me a discount at State Farm?
No, I don't work there.
Well, she sounds hideous.
There's an inside joke. I actually used to work at State Farm for like literally 2 weeks, and every time I would walk into work, like literally a cutout of Jake from State Farm would be right in front of me. So like every day, it was a new joke about State Farm in our Discord.
If it makes you feel better, we just hired a Jake, and that's all the jokes we give him is State Farm jokes.
Is he wearing khakis?
He is, of course. Yeah. So he's Jake from State Farm. He's wearing khakis, and I think he loves it. So moving on.
There you go.
How do people react when you tell them you play a fictional, struggling artist just trying to be taken seriously?
Well, luckily for you, Ozzy, I don't tell anybody.
This is the longest conversation we had about an hour ago.
Exactly, yeah.
This conversation we had about e-wrestling.
Well, if you want to take it into when I tell people that I play Lil Petey in eFeds, they're like, what? You're Lil Petey? Oh my God. Those are the reactions I've gotten.
That's a great graphic. I'm going to have to GIF that one. I'm a GIF person, not a GIF person. There you have it.
GIF. Oh, God.
Another ongoing joke on the podcast. And why have you not accepted the call of Chalutlu? I can't say that one. Into your heart.
I think it's because Ozzy tried to throw me, and instead of me landing like he thought I would, I ended up crowd surfing. So Ozzy is not really a good person in my books.
Big trip.
Hey, so it's funny. It's actually really funny because Ozzy Cthulhu is like this octopus dude, so he's always like in the sea or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was this joke going on when me, him, and Mark were doing our little feud that Big Drip and Ozzy were gonna have some type of like collaboration or whatever, and we were just gonna form this massive drip or something.
Oh, amazing. From @LexiGold13, it's Lexi Gold.
Chels.
How do you find inspiration both as a Fedhead and as a role player?
I think the inspiration as a Fedhead just comes from the people, the community. I won't lie to you, and I'm pretty sure the Discord knows. There's probably been times where they thought that I probably wasn't going to last much longer, just because life really sucks sometimes. But what inspires me is seeing all of our people talking, just having BS conversations with each other, talking shit to each other, but it's all out of love. It's all like we've come together, we're starting to get to know each other, we tell stories with each other. So the biggest thing that inspires me is the people we have, the people that continue to come in, even the people that leave. I've had good conversations with Shawn over the time, Dickie Watson, Casey Winterborn, James Raven, all the people that aren't with us anymore. And, I still respect them and stuff, but all of these people, really, really make it so much easier to run an eFed.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Fuzz. I know he's listening. All right, guy. Well, that's Lexi's question. What about you
Oh,
said as
was
a
there
role
was there a
player?
second part to that?
Yeah, as a role player and as a Fedhead.
I'll be honest, the role play part I can't really answer. I'm struggling, but
Okay.
I I think just having the right character, because I've like we talked about earlier, I've been through a few characters, but Lil Petey, I always have something to do with him. There's always some type of story I can tell. I mean, he can be falling off Terra Phoenix's boat, even when they're not on. He could have just gotten on it, not realizing
He
it
showed
was the
up
wrong
late.
day or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
He could be smoking Kush in his house, or like crashing a wedding, or there's so many possibilities with him. So just having the right character, and I think you'll know when you know.
That's a good answer. Yeah, when you're inspired as a writer, it's a great thing because
Yeah,
you just roll. It just
you're you're going,
flows.
and
Yeah,
there's
it's
no
amazing.
stopping you.
It's incredible. It is.
Yeah.
Up next is your boy Mark Hunter at Mark
Oh
Hunter
boy.
1986. Why is the handler of Mark Hunter so brilliant?
Um, you know,
Eloquent question.
Steve. Oh, and I actually forgot to mention, Steve actually just recently joined our board.
There you go.
Um, he's been talking for some time about wanting to get into that type of stuff, and we recently brought him on. So the answer to my question is because you're ugly and I love you.
Perfect.
Couldn't do this without you, man.
At Candyland's Queen wants, or at Candyland's Queen. That's lands with a
Sav,
Z. Sav wants to know
bestie.
what made you want to get into eFeds.
What we mentioned earlier. An old buddy of mine and I were talking about wrestling and writing. So it just came together.
Worked out well.
There's
Uh,
not a more elaborate story to that.
no,
Sorry.
that's about it. Do you have any favorite eFed moments?
Oh man. There's so many good ones that pop up just thinking about Project Honor. Um, there was a time when Chelsea actually used to be with us. Kimberly Williams, I think was her character. Um, she she roasted me so hard one day, and she didn't even mean to. And oh God, for the life of me, I can't even remember what she said. Oh gosh, what did she say? Someone's gonna be listening to this and literally be screaming at the screen what she said.
That's a great thing about podcasts. Yeah.
I'm trying to pull up the awards and see if we put it on there. Oh, okay. So I call myself fat all the time. And I'm always eating. And there was one day where I hadn't eaten yet. And in my Discord, I said, I haven't eaten, or like I'm hungry or something. And she said, word for word, you haven't eaten yet? That isn't like you. And immediately the entire Discord was like, oh my God, she roasted you, blah, blah, blah. And like it was pinned in our pinned messages and this and that. And that was probably one of the funniest moments. Sav, we were on a Discord call with some of our members playing I think it was like Among Us or something, and her kid starts attacking her with a plunger, and and we're just listening to her screaming this like the entire time, talking about don't, not in the face, not in the face. and, and so now we have a plunger emote to commemorate that moment. uh Sam, there's so many moments, man. It just every day is a moment that I just cherish.
Great
You,
answer.
you never know what's gonna happen that day.
You don't.
Yeah,
Unlimited possibility.
exactly.
Why did you open Project Honor?
I hate. This is gonna be a weird response, and I promise you I will explain. And so many people are gonna say something about this, but whatever, I don't care. I hate role playing in a Fed that I'm not in. I'm not an admin of. And here's why. I do not judge my matches. I actually do not judge at all right now. Everyone can attest to this. So I like knowing that I'm in a Fed where my character is treated correctly. If my character is meant to be a jobber, he needs to be treated that way. If my character is supposed to be this badass, like, fucking champion of the gods or whatever, he needs to be that. Like, you need to push him in that direction or whatever. Most of the Feds that I've been in will push you for a little bit and then throw you in the dump. And knowing that I'm running this Fed, and even though I'm not judging my matches, knowing that I can trust my team to do exactly what they're supposed to with these characters is exactly why I brought up Project Honor. Because I know for a fact that I, Steve, Lulu, Chow, which is Myojin, Robert, Chad, all these people are going to treat you fairly. If you feel like you're not being treated fairly, you need to talk to us, because I promise you, and this is not me being rude, it's in your head. That's just, I'm being honest. So I created Project Honor because I know that we're fair. I know that we tell good stories, and I know that you need to join us right now. Project Honor.
The man knows how to show. At Project Honor 20 on Twitter. Get at him.
Yep.
Thanks for the question, Sav.
Thank you, Sav.
Brandon Hendricks is up next at Hendricks_Zaddy. Why do you hunt MILFs 365?
I'm a MILF hunter. I'm a booty bandit. The big booty bandit. That's what I do. It's MILF hunting season, bitches.
Every season is MILF hunting season.
That's just what Lil Petey does. And now he's a part of the team called the Motherfuckers.
Perfect. That's evolution of a story, guys. This is chemistry at work.
Exactly.
What's your favorite memory of Project Honor?
That is a good question. I think, and I promise you I'm not cheating. I'm gonna have to go with every day. Every day is my favorite moment because I get to log into Discord. I get to log into the website and see the graphics I've made, the stories we've told, the people that have joined, the people that have left, the conversations we have. Just every single day is honestly a blessing here, because this is the escape from reality. This is our second reality. This is what we do in our spare time because we love to do it. So, yeah.
It's our version of Second Life.
Literally, yeah. The Sims, whatever you want to call it.
With recent events of other Feds closing, what's kept you motivated to keep Project Honor up and running?
You guys. And, it's going to be a continuous trend. I literally... You cannot run an eFed without roster members.
Yep.
So literally it's you guys. You guys show up, you tell good stories, you have some badass writing, good conversations. I mean, every Fed in the world can close, and hopefully life hasn't kicked my ass at the point, and we would still be going because of you guys. So
there you have it. The people.
We the people.
Keep Project Honor up and running. I love it.
That's right.
What was the drug you used when you created Lil Petey? Ecstasy. It's got to be.
Literally nothing. I was completely sober. So, yeah, exactly, straight edge.
Well, except for this.
As I'm drinking.
It was alcohol, folks. No.
And we actually, again, talked about this earlier. Lil Petey has bits and pieces of me, like I am in real life, and then obviously who I portray as him. I mean, his pick base is Young Gravy. If anybody knows who Young Gravy is, you know. But it, it's just using real life and what you want a character to be. That's the drug.
E-wrestling is the drug, yes.
Wrestling is the drug. And I'm not gonna lie, I may have had a couple Trulies, which is why Lil Petey's signature drink is a Truly. So had to save that for last.
At Fallout_GM.
My boy Robert.
Christian DeMarco. Why so lazy?
You know, it's the ongoing question. We all would like to know, wouldn't we? The world may never know. No, man, life kicks my ass. And sometimes when I get home from work, I just want to play some video games and talk and BS with people. I'm not gonna lie, there's been times where I've literally had Photoshop open, like doing my stuff, and I'll just be having full-on fucking conversations with our Discord.
Every day.
And I would much rather do that than sit here not talking to anybody. So, yeah. Again, well, it's your fault.
I think his next question is a typo, but I'm going to read it as it reads.
Do it.
What are graphics, or what are GFX so lame?
Oh, yeah. He meant to say why. Robert, you can go suck on a chode. And without my graphics, you would not love me. I promise.
What's your problem?
You.
Just kidding.
Oh yeah.
He posed this as if we're having a conversation. I am substituting for Robert. So let's start over with that in mind. Why so lazy? Why are graphics so lame? What's your problem? Just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Who's your favorite opponent?
My favorite opponent? Wow. I actually did not see that. My favorite opponent.
Storyline or roleplay wise? That's me adding to Robert's question.
I'm just gonna have to go with recent. I'm gonna have to say Ozymandias. Dude is a super chill guy. Even though he has a super serious tentacle monster character.
Dude, at sinking_faith.
Yes. Go follow him. Dude just wants to have fun. Dude, he just wants to tell a good story. And he would put his own badass character with Bane as a pick base over, or at the risk of this other character, just to have fun. And I think that's what's great about him, is because as of recent, and Mark Hunter, they're both same in that aspect. They both just want to have fun. They want to tell a good story. They don't care if they lose. I mean, if you're in like a grand championship match and it's just against somebody who's been on fire and you lose, obviously you're going to want to know what's going on. But if you're just having fun or whatever, telling a good story, that's really what I believe they look for. And I'm pretty sure they don't give a fuck about championships. I truly, and I know for a fact that Ozzy, I'm pretty sure he said he doesn't want to become a championship or a champion, but I mean, he earned it. He fought his way to the top. He earned it, and now he's still grand champion, and we'll see at Clash for the Cup because he's got some tough opponents.
So we'll see what happens then.
Yep.
Do you have any favorite storylines that you've been in or seen?
Oh, you know, I'm gonna have to go with the scene part because storylines that I've been in, are usually messed up because of me. I either leave in the middle of it or something stupid. So storylines that I've seen, I'm gonna have to go with Eric Holt and Savannah Sunshine of lately. Um, Robert Christian DeMarco really told that story so well. Savannah is such a great person who was pitching ideas. Jason Long, who was involved in that because Jason Long is dating Savannah. Um, Such a good story. Long story short, Eric Holt was dressed as a Purge character. He had like the red neon mask and all that stuff, and started stalking Casey Winterborn at the time. And it was obviously a storyline. It wasn't meant to be any harm to anybody. But when Casey left, Eric latched on to Savannah. And Savannah went so well with the story. She sold it so well that Jason got brought into it and other characters got brought into it. And again, long story short, Jason ended up getting stabbed and we thought he was dead. Turns out he wasn't. But that sparked Savannah to kind of like, enter this different mode of Savannah Sunshine. And they ended up having this cinematic battle, which was fucking amazing, where Eric Holt did research on like her brother, her past, like supporting cast, and like dude went in depth. I'm talking like years of research. And it ended up with I believe Eric Holt won, but I don't think it's over yet. And that's not me spoiling anything. That's just me. I truly believe that something.
As a fan, you feel like there's more to it.
As a fan, I feel like there's more to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm gonna give Robert all the props in the world. That's the best story I've ever seen. The best story ever told. The best ongoing story. Something that nobody ever got tired of. Like we were all like, "Oh my god, holy shit!" Like, like when Eric Holt was revealed, who he was and this and that, and Eric Holt actually started out mute. He didn't talk, and then all of a sudden he just starts talking. So it's just like all of that together. That's a good fucking story, and it doesn't get much better than that.
When you're weaving a web and it extends out to everybody else and pulls people in, it's good work.
I mean, our entire Discord was going off. Like we've had some live shows and every show will post like a a show feedback to like find out what your favorite match was, your favorite segment, stuff like that. And almost always it had something to do with Eric Holt, Savannah Sunshine, and Jason Long, because that's how fucking awesome it was.
That's great, and it's cool when you can be the Fed that houses that story.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have, or who was your favorite character that you have handled overall?
Lil Petey.
It's the most fun.
It's so much fun, man. Like I've played some badass heels. I've played some stupid faces and this and that, but Lil Petey is literally the epitome of fucking fun. Like I can get beat the fuck up. I can beat the shit out of somebody. It doesn't matter because he's still the same person. He will always shenanigan. He will always do something stupid. And recently he's picked up a girlfriend, which we never thought would happen. So Lil Petey is the most fun character I've ever had. The best character I've ever had.
Your favorite.
My favorite.
There you have it.
Yep.
All right, Shawn. Well, that's what we have for you today. So here on the EFED podcast. This was a blast. I had a great time talking to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everyone can always like DM me, tag me, whatever. If you ever just want to talk, I'm always around. I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably like most people. I have most servers muted, so probably DMing me is the best bet. But yeah, I mean, I love chatting with people, and This was a blast. I'm glad we finally got to do it. It's been a year in the making or something like that now.
Yeah, it's incredible. So the wait list is long, but we're wrapping it up pretty quick. So
Yeah.
I appreciate your time, Shawn. This has been a blast. I've enjoyed interviewing you. Before I let you go, is there anybody else you want to plug, promote, put over, so on and so forth? Any links you want to put out there for a
Man,
final?
Kingdom Pro, unfortunately, is having to have their last show soon. So all of you go check them out. Just go read their stories, look at what they got going on. They're badass people, and I hate that they're closing soon, but I mean, we all know life happens. But
Yeah, absolutely.
we have some of their members with us. They're Fedhead, past Fedhead, stuff like that. So definitely check them out. Omega Wrestling Alliance. They got like 4 brands. They're fucking killing it over there. They just got new graphics, like a whole new like site redesign and everything.
Wow.
Their Discord's amazing. They're always talking, always BSing about stuff. So check them out. And the EFED podcast, if you don't know anything about it.
If you're listening right now, you may know a little bit about it. But if you don't know about it, get to know it.
Check out their Discord. I've heard their host has an EFED of his own.
Classic-wrestling.com.
Their co-host is a badass graphic designer.
Yes.
And obviously, projecthonor.proboards.com. Come check us out. We'd love to have you, even if you just join our Discord. We love just chatting with people, and who knows, you may just end up finding a new home. That's my attempt at winking.
Yeah, no, that's what you hope. You hope people find your community, they enjoy your community,
Yeah.
they enjoy chatting, and they find it to be the next place that they want to join. So
Exactly, yeah.
you guys create a great atmosphere over at Project Honor. I've enjoyed being part of the Discord, and you will too when you join it at projecthonor.proboards.com.
You know it.
All right, Shawn, this has been a blast. I appreciate you, buddy.
Hey, appreciate you guys. All you people listening, appreciate you guys. Hopefully we see you at Project Honor soon. If not, send me a DM and just let me know what you think. We appreciate you guys. Thanks.
All right, before I let you go, hit me with a, hey, this is Shawn Fedhead of Project Honor. You're listening to the podcast, and we'll use it on a future episode.
All right, let me get my voice ready.
Get your promo voice on.
The
old Stone Cold.
You don't want my Lil Petey voice.
Put a little drip on it. Or a big drip on it.
All right. All right, let me get ready. You know those actors and actresses who are always like getting ready.
Oh, hey. Yeah, no. Doesn't make any sense to me.
All right. Hey, yo, this is Shawn, Fedhead of Project Honor. Wait, what am I supposed to say?
And you're listening to the Fed podcast.
Oh, okay. All right. Take number 2.
Give me a little more energy than that one.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, this is Shawn, Fedhead of Project Honor. You're listening to the EFED podcast. Boom.
There it is.
Yes,
Appreciate you, buddy. This was fun.
Hey, this was a lot of fun.
I think it goes up at the end of the month, so I apologize for the wait, but I got one drop today. There's one 2 weeks from now. Yeah, you're at the end of the month.
Yeah, I think it was like the 30th or something like that.
4 weeks from today, whatever that is.
Hey, we made it happen. That's all that matters.
All right,
we
buddy.
get to keep everyone in suspense.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, we talk so much shit about you. Just tell everybody you talk so much shit so they listen.
Right.
And you praise the shit out of them.
I talk so much shit about you guys. You're just gonna have to listen to it.
Wait to hear that story about so and so. I've never told it before. I can't believe you got me that drunk.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Honestly, I can't even believe we've been talking for an hour and a half. It doesn't even feel like that long.
It goes fast in a breeze, dude. It's cake. And that's why the ones that are 4 hours are just brutal.
Oh God, I can't imagine. I feel like we talked about a lot of stuff.
We covered a lot of stuff in 90 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Cool.
No, I think it was a fun interview, and you and I have a good rapport, so I think it'll be good. So.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right, man. Well, I'll keep you up to date. I'll let you know when stuff goes live, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. Appreciate you.
All right, take it easy, buddy.
Yes, sir. Take care.